on, people of the internet? My name is Creation, and how many times have you wanted to play as Rainbow Dash in the Battlefield series? None? Okay. But in today's video, I want to talk about why I think character customization needs to be stepped up in the Battlefield series. Also, I have an estimated release date for Dragon's Teeth with supporting facts. Now, this is unofficial, and you should take what I say for granted, but at this point, it's like 99% confirmed. And last but not least, I wanted to have a quick discussion on whether a Tritary mode such as Dino mode, co-op, survivalist, things in that category belong in Battlefield. And should they make a return to Battlefield Hardline? Well, let's get right into it. So first off, I wanted to talk about Dragon's Teeth because everyone is very excited for this DLC. And I believe I have a proper release date for it, which will be July 15th. Now the reason I think that is because of two things specifically. One, DLC is always released on the third Tuesday of a month. If we look back on past DLCs, they have always been released on the third Tuesday of a month, excluding Second Assault for Xbox One. It was a day one DLC, but later when it came out on every other console and also PC, it was released on the third Tuesday. So there is definitely a pattern going on, but another fact of evidence is that EA's handpicked YouTubers are being flown out to LA to test Dragon's Teeth, and also maybe make promotional videos on the 9th. Usually when this crew is being flown out to LA, it means that the DLC is going to drop just in a second. Now, I never get invited to these events, and I can't tell you what happens behind closed doors, but usually those tubers play the game, record it, make a video about it, pretty much explaining everything you can do within the DLC, Levolution, gadgets, weapons, and then they release it on the day the DLC drops for everyone to watch. Now, I'm not really sure why Dragon's Teeth took so long to come out compared to really all the other DLCs. Maybe it's because China Rising and Second Assault was put so close. Maybe we kind of just spoiled ourselves and expected the DLC to be rolling out really fast. Now, the Dragon's Teeth DLC is going to be the fourth installment, followed by Final Stand, which a lot of people believe to be delayed, but unfortunately, no one really knew the release date in the first place. All Origin did was change the release date from summer 2014 to be decided. So it can still come out summer 2014, but most likely we'll see it sometimes at the beginning of fall. And guess what else comes out in the fall? Battlefield Hardline. Ooh, cry, what a smooth transition. But lately, I really have given this topic some thought of why haven't we seen more customization come to the Battlefield series. Now, I know that DICE really wants to keep things simple, and that's why we see a default character model for all the classes. But I think with the coming of Battlefield Hardline, we can really just throw that idea out of the window and hopefully at least try out some different character models. Now, I really have never been a fan of looking at a replica of the same character model over and over and over, especially in a war game. This is supposed to be a big fight. Many people are supposed to be involved in this war. So why do we only see 4 models? Well, from what I know, DICE actually kind of wants you to be able to identify who is playing what by looking at them. So you can clearly tell who's a recon, who's engineer, who's support, and who's assault. But I think that there can actually be a little bit of a coat of personalization to be put in Battlefield Hardline. I'm not saying divide the classes and mix them all up so they all look very weird, so the recon looks like the assault and assault looks like support. No. I'm talking about bringing in more character models to be put into the game, because I personally have always felt kind of uncomfortable that there's only 4 character models in a game this size. It makes sense in certain games such as Star Wars Battlefront, where clones are clones and droids are droids. They are cloned and they are built, but in Battlefield, this is supposed to be human lives. All humans definitely don't look the same. I'm not saying that you have to put 25 different character models in, but put 3 different character models with the ability to customize hair color, eye color, stuff in that genre. So guys, let me know your thoughts on that. Is Battlefield fine how it is, or should there be more character models? in the game? I'll leave that up for discussion in the comment section below. But lastly but not least, speaking of comments, you guys left a ton of them on the video I did with Lupus. Now, we basically talked about Dino mode and why we think it may be coming. If you missed it, it's definitely worth being checked out, and you can find it below the like button in the description. I'll leave it linked in there for you. But basically, I got a lot of comments with mixed reactions from the information, and I just wanted to create somewhat of a separate discussion asking you guys, do you guys think that Battlefield needs a Dino mode, co-op mode, survivalist type of thing, or should we just leave it? Because one can definitely argue that those concepts take away resources from the core game. Battlefield is definitely focused around multiplayer, and there has to be some type of team to create this Tridary add-on, and most of the time it does feel like just an add-on. So should it be there in the first place? Should we even have a Dino mode? Well, in my opinion, yes. A long time ago when I used to play COD, there was a zombies mode in Black Ops 1, and whenever I was frustrated with multiplayer, I would switch over to zombies and that entertained me, and then I would go back to multiplayer. And it was definitely a continuous cycle that kept me involved in the game. Now, if there was some effort put into this Tridary mode, I think that it would increase the longevity of the game, and also EA can throw in some microtransactions and DLC for this new mode. And that also applies to character customization if they really need to make a profit on it. Well, that's really it for today. I hope you guys do share your thoughts with me. If you guys can do me a big favor and like this video, it really helps grow the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Stay creative, guys.